Welcome back. Did you know? I know I talked about this last week, but did you know that motherhood, there is a study that shows that motherhood is actually equivalent to working a 98-hour work week. No wonder it feels so overwhelming. Motherhood is a high demand job. And the thing is, here's the thing. You would never jump into a high demand job without proven systems, right? To set yourself up with support and just guarantee that you're going to succeed in that role. So how can you expect to fully reclaim you, your life and motherhood and have something that you're excited to wake up to without having the proven systems in place? I think that you can see that we as moms do a lot. And I feel like sometimes when the pressure piles on, like we're trying to get it all done. I don't know if this is you, this was me, was the pressure would pile on. I would be so overwhelmed, so frazzled, so overstimulated. And then I would just snap at my kids. They would try to ask me a question and they're so innocent. And that's the part that sucks is they'd just be trying to ask me a question, but it would just be like that, Mom, what about this? Mom, what about this? And then finally I would be like, oh my gosh, just give me a minute. Or oh my gosh. And then I would just answer their question, right? Maybe you've done this before. It sucks because then they look at us like, whoa, why is mom getting mad at me? All I was doing was asking a question. And they really have no idea what's going on behind the scenes mentally for us as moms, right? They have no idea that we are feeling overstimulated, that we are feeling overwhelmed, that we are stressed to the max. They just had a simple question as a kid. They just had a simple request. They just wanted us to open their freaking fruit snacks, right? And we are losing our minds. And that is what I want to speak to today a little bit because if you are snapping at your kids, one, you're not alone. And two, there are solutions. And one of those is getting the mental load off of your mind, right? It's not about doing more things as a mom. It's not about just trying harder. And I don't want to put more things on your plate that you can just check off your list and be like, oh yeah, I did the thing. You're going to be on a hamster wheel if you continue to live life thinking that you just need a checklist and you just need to keep adding to it. And then the more that you check off, the better you're going to feel. But yet things aren't getting checked off because you're constantly adding more to it. It's a bottomless cup. It's a never ending cycle. And the truth is, without having the proven systems in place, you're not going to be able to have the full transformation that you desire to have that's going to allow you to create the life that you want to live. And so, some of the things that are causing overwhelm in your life right now is a lack of boundaries. A lack of boundaries is huge. Where are my where are my people pleasers? Right? Where are my recovering people pleasers? I feel like I am in the very recovering, probably almost out of my people pleasing mode. I do feel like it creeps in every now and then, but not very often. Now I'm like, I don't care if you're mad at me. I don't care if you're upset with me, but I'm going to do this because really, let me talk about boundaries for a second. Boundaries protect your energy. They protect your inner peace. They are an act of love, which my coach told me. She's like, that's what my therapist told me, is that boundaries are an act of love. They protect your time, your peace, and your energy. You are the person that you have to hang out with the most. You are the person that is the most important. And if you are not taking care of you and it's making you show up poorly for your family, for your kids, you're snapping at them, you're snapping at your husband, you're feeling resentful, then tell me how that's a good life. Tell me that that is exactly how you want to live your life for the rest of your life, snapping at everyone around you because you're just hung up in overwhelm. Nobody wants that. And so lack of boundaries is one piece of this puzzle that we get to solve. And I help you do that in my Mom Life Mastery program, but I just wanted to hit on it here. So not having boundaries is one of the things that is keeping you in the overwhelm. And another thing that's really keeping you in the overwhelm, just a few things that are keeping us in the overwhelm and the reason why we are snapping at our kids is mom guilt. And when we have mom guilt, this is when we physically, right? It causes us to actually physically and emotionally neglect ourselves. And studies actually show 78% of moms feel guilty for not spending enough time with their kids. And what if it's not about spending more time with your kids? What if it's about being more present with your kids? when you don't have that constant to-do list running in the back of your mind, you are able to be fully present and you have a deep inner knowing everything is taken care of. Everything is going to get done. Because I feel like for us, I don't know if you feel this way, I feel this way, so I'm betting you do. But like sometimes we feel like we're doing it wrong. We're not the mom that we want to be. We kind of had this idea in our head of like this fun mom that we wanted to be. And then we started having kids and we like get years down the road and we're like, one, who am I? And two, why am I showing up this way? This is not the mom that I saw myself being. And when we believe that our actions affect others, it makes that guilt even more intense. And so I just want you to tell me if these things sound familiar. Like, tell me, can you talk back to me right now? No, but you can email me. You can leave a review. But have you ever just skipped a workout so that you could get the house clean? Or maybe you've given your kids extra screen time so that you can get some work done. Or you'll skip a girls' night out because you need to stay home and help your husband with the kids. Maybe you don't believe he can handle it, or you kind of have this belief, because this was my story, like I kind of had this belief that like, oh, my kids needed me and my husband couldn't do it on his own. That is not a really empowering way to look at my partner, right? And but then the resentment toward him, here's like the funny thing is then the resentment toward him was starting to grow because I was putting myself in a position of like, oh, he can't do it all on his own. And like he would complain that it's hard. And I think that some of our husbands do. They're like, oh, yeah, it's really hard. But then we think that we need to fix that, right? We think that, oh, he says it's really hard. Like, I probably shouldn't go out anymore and like leave the kids with him. I should probably just like be home so that he's not having to do that all on his own. No, I'm going to say no right there. That's it, period. No. Did you know no is a complete sentence? So, no. I'm saying no. Okay, something else that I want to talk about aside from like the no boundaries and the mom guilt is you currently are not identifying as a woman who lives a calm life, who lives a little more stress-free, who takes time for herself, who shows up as the mom that she wants to be. You're not identifying as her. And here's the thing, because I think a lot of people are like, oh yeah, you hear it all the time. And like, I love, love, love Tony Robbins. Do not get me wrong. But he always says like, change your story, change your life, change your thoughts, change your life, right? And it's not that simple. It's not that simple. If he were to rewind and look at all the work that he's done, he held a somatic practice. And this is where I utilize in all of my programs, especially in Mom Life Mastery, breathwork infused systems, because we hold on to everything in our body. It is stuck energy. So if you've ever had like a trauma in the past, or you know how, okay, you know how you get scared. That's what you know how you get scared. And then you like shake after. You're like shaking and you have all this adrenaline coursing through you and you're like, holy shit, like what is this? And when that happens, one, it's your nervous system, your sympathetic nervous system putting you in the fight or flight, right? It's like, shut everything else off. We've got to get to safety. But then when you stop and you allow yourself to process through, you allow that emotion to vibrate through your body, to shake through your body, then it can bring you back to like the parasympathetic nervous system, which is like your rest and digest. This is what calms your body back down and allows you to feel safe. But if you were raised in a way that kind of felt chaotic, maybe your mom was overwhelmed, maybe her and your dad didn't have like the best relationship, or whatever your experience was growing up. This was just like some of mine. Like my mom got divorced twice. She was a very unregulated parent. And so being able to look at that and recognize that that is what I was conditioned to believe as normal. And so if I believed that is normal, well, then my brain thinks it's safe. And so we're going to recreate those patterns in our lives. And so if you have noticed yourself feeling this pattern of overwhelm that you have kind of been sitting in, and this chaos that you're creating in your life and all of this stuff, it's probably because that is where your brain feels safe. And so what we do with the breathwork infused systems is I help you regulate your nervous system, Release the stuck energy that you have been holding on to because you're storing that energy. This is how life should look. This is how it should be. If you've ever had a trauma, it's also stored in your body. And breathwork infused systems help you release that. So we release that so that now you are identifying as a woman who allows more calm, who has more calm in her life, who enjoys life, who is able to show up as the mom that she wants to be. And so I just really want you to look at your life and like maybe you have some areas that you would like to improve on. Maybe you're struggling a little bit. You aren't exactly like they're just not exactly what you desire them to be. And you really want more time to be that fun mom that you've always dreamt of. And so the thing to just really understand here is to get rid of the overwhelm, to find you again, reclaim you, is to understand that being a mom is just the hardest job in the world. And I am not saying that to like make us feel good or to make you feel good. But remember, like I said before, it is equivalent to a 98-hour work week, and no wonder you are overwhelmed. Motherhood is a high demand job. And if you would not jump into a high demand job without them giving you systems to ensure your success, right? Proven systems to ensure your success, why are we doing motherhood this way? And so I think you can see that like the missing ingredient here in your life is like systems that support you. You are so strong, you are so capable, you are so smart, and just the fact that you are here tells me that you are like wanting to improve and grow. And being a good mom is really important to you. And so let's not do more things. Let's not just tell yourself, oh, I'm going to try harder. We do not want to put more things on your plate, right? I've said it before. I'm going to die on this hill. Stop putting more things on your plate because you don't want to. I teach you in my Mom Life Mastery program to be the authority of your life. This program gives you access to all of the proven systems that teach you this, that help you integrate them into your life and all of this. And so through like the Mom Life Method, I do this in 3 phases. And phase 1 is the very foundational phase where we just lay the foundation. We lay the foundation to start to learn it. And then 2 is the integration phase. And this is where you start to incorporate it into your life and start to put these systems into place so that you're really getting the hang of things by now. And then phase 3 is shifting you at the identity level. This is where like the breathwork infused systems come in. This is where the mindset work comes in because we do both in this program. We do the mindset work and the somatic work because I do not believe that you can get to one. I do not believe you can do just the mindset work and get there. You cannot mindset your way into a life you love. And so phase 3 is when we like truly shift internally at that identity level so that you actually become the mom that you desire to become. That is what this is all about. And so if you are ready to stop snapping at your kids, if you're ready to show up as that calm, patient mom, we have our moments, right? Even me. And so I don't want you to think that I'm here like, oh my gosh, I'm just like the best mom ever. I have all these systems in place. Yes, I have systems in place that support me. And do I still lose my mind sometimes? Absolutely. And so I just want you to know this isn't about being a perfect mom. This isn't about doing all of this perfectly. This is about learning the systems, integrating them into your lives, shifting at the identity level into a mom who knows how to bring herself back when she does lose her mind, right? And it helps you run your days so that your days no longer run you. So we're getting out of the overwhelm. We are stepping into that calm, present mom that we desire to be and becoming the true authority of our life. That is what I am here to teach you. That is what I do. And so if you are ready to stop snapping at your kids, if you're ready to step in, I want you to just ask yourself one thing before I let you go. Before I like let you stop listening, unless you've already hit stop, then you're not hearing this. But where do you want to be in 6 months from now? Do you want to be shown up the same every single day as you are right now, or do you want something to change? Because remember, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. You will never get a different result if you do not take different action. So, doors will be opening soon. If you want in, please come and join us. I would love to have you, and I will talk to you next time.